Ada Reyes is 73 and lives alone on a fixed income. Until this spring, she spent nearly $90 a week feeding one person. Then a neighbor showed her one thing at the store's front desk. A month later, her grocery bill had fallen by almost half. Same food, same store. She'd been careful her whole life. She'd just never been shown the system. Feeding one person has quietly become the most expensive way to eat. The packaging, the portions, the waste, all built for a family, and a person alone pays for it. But almost none of that cost is real. It's habit, and habit can change this week. Number 23 is a benefit 9 million seniors qualify for and never claim. Number 8 is something you throw away every week. And number 1 is the one change that cut Ada's bill the most. These 25 ways aren't about eating less. They're about paying less for the same food. Hit that subscribe button. Let's count them down. Number 25, ask at the customer service desk. This is where Ada started, and it's the easiest one on the list. Most grocery chains offer a senior discount they barely advertise. You walk up to the desk and ask one plain question. Do you offer a senior discount, and on what day? Stores like Albertsons and Fred Meyer give 10% to shoppers 55 and up on certain days each month. On a $90 week, even 5% is over $200 a year. Ada stood at that desk feeling almost silly asking. Then the clerk circled a day on her receipt and told her to come back. Nobody hands it to you. You have to say the words. Number 24, shop the discount day on purpose. Once you know your store's senior day, you build your week around it. You do the one big shop on that exact day, not whenever you happen to run out. Albertsons runs the first Wednesday. Fred Meyer the first Tuesday. Other chains have their own. 10% off a whole cart once a month on a day you were shopping anyway. Ada now keeps a red circle around the first Wednesday on the calendar taped to her refrigerator. She changed nothing else, not a coupon to clip, a day to circle. Number 23, check whether you qualify for SNAP. This is the big one, and most people who could get it never apply. Roughly 9 million older adults are eligible for SNAP and not enrolled, usually because they assume their retirement income is too high. For seniors 60 and over, there are simplified applications and special rules, and the average one-person benefit runs well over $100 a month. That's more than $1,000 of groceries a year. Ada assumed she earned too much, and for years she left it sitting there. The form took one afternoon at the kitchen table. Not charity, a benefit she'd already paid for. Number 22, deduct your medical costs when you apply. This is the part of SNAP seniors miss. If you are 60 or older, out-of-pocket medical expenses over $35 a month come off your income on the application. Prescriptions, dental, glasses, hearing aids, medical rides, all of it counts. It can push you over the line into qualifying or raise a benefit you already have. Ada spread her orange prescription bottles across the table and added them up for the caseworker. That stack was the reason she qualified at all, not a loophole, a rule written for people her age. Number 21, get on the senior food box list. The Commodity Supplemental Food Program, called the Senior Food Box, gives eligible seniors a free monthly package of groceries. Canned fruit and vegetables, grains, protein, shelf-stable milk. You can get it even while receiving SNAP. It's built to fill the gaps. You call your local area agency on aging or senior center to sign up. Ada carries hers up the stairs the first week of every month, and it fills half her pantry shelf. Not a handout to be ashamed of. Surplus food already bought, waiting to be claimed. Number 20, Use the Farmers Market produce coupons. The Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program gives limited-income seniors coupons for fresh fruit, vegetables, and herbs at farmers markets and roadside stands. If you already have SNAP, you may qualify automatically. The produce is fresher, often cheaper, and the coupons are free money for the exact food seniors are told to eat more of. Ada spends a summer morning among the stalls now and comes home with a canvas bag of vegetables that cost her nothing. Not a splurge. A coupon for the healthiest food in the market. Number 19. Visit the food pantry before you shop, not after. There's no rule against using a pantry, and none against using more than one. The trick is timing. You go to the pantry first, see what you're given, then plan your grocery list around it. Whatever the pantry provides is food you don't buy at the register. Ada stops by hers every Monday and lays the bag out on the counter before she writes a single thing down. Not a last resort. The first stop, so the store becomes the smaller trip. Number 18. Buy the small size, not the value size. For a family, bulk is cheaper. For one person, bulk is spoilage. That giant bag looks like a deal until half of it softens and rots before you finish it. You check the unit price, yes, but you weigh it against what you'll actually eat in time. For one, the small package you finish beats the big one you scrape into the trash. Ada added up a month of slimy half bags of salad greens and never bought the family size again. Not the lowest price per ounce. The lowest price per ounce you actually eat. Here is what nobody tells you about feeding one person. The entire store is designed around a family of 4. The portions, the packaging, the buy more, save more deals, all of it assumes 4 mouths and a full week of eating before anything spoils. A person living alone walks into a system built for someone else and gets quietly punished for it, paying more per meal than any family does. That is not your failure. It's a mismatch. Every trick on this list is a way of correcting it. The stores will not correct it for you. They earn more when you overbuy and throw the difference away. You have to shop against the design. Number 17. Plan the week before you leave the house. You never shop guessing. You decide the meals first. You look in the fridge, the freezer, the pantry, plan the week around what is already there, and write the list from the plan. Anything not on the list stays on the shelf. This one habit kills the impulse buy, where a solo shopper bleeds the most. Ada plans 7 simple suppers on a Sunday, pencil on a notepad by the phone, and buys only what fills the gaps, not what looks good in the aisle, only what the plan already needs.
Before we go on, I made something special for you. Guides for people like us who still believe the old ways mattered. They're the forgotten money habits our grandparents lived by, tricks that could save you thousands a year. But this knowledge is disappearing, and once it's gone for good. I've put together 2 books for you plus a free bonus. Imagine how much you could save over the next year by starting today. Scan the QR code on screen now or click the link below. I'll wait.
Number 16. Never shop hungry. This sounds small. It isn't. Shopping on an empty stomach turns every expensive convenience food into a temptation you didn't plan for. You eat something before you go, even a piece of toast. So the cart fills with your list, not your hunger. Fewer trips help too. Every extra run is another chance to overspend. Ada eats her lunch, then shops once a week with the list in her hand. Not 4 hungry trips. 1 planned one on a full stomach. Number 15. Freeze in single portions. Cooking for one wastes food when half spoils first. So you don't cook for one, you cook once and freeze the rest in single servings. A pot of soup, a tray of casserole, a batch of chili, ladled into labeled containers and pulled out one night at a time. Nothing spoils because nothing sits. Ada's freezer is a tidy row of dated containers, each one a supper already made and already paid for. Not leftovers going bad. Future dinners waiting. Number 14. Buy meat on sale and freeze it in portions. When chicken or ground beef drops in price, that's the day to buy and to freeze. You buy extra at the sale price, split it into single servings at home, and freeze them flat. You eat sale price meat for weeks with no second trip. Same works for bread and butter. Ada buys chicken thighs only when the yellow markdown sticker is on them, then wraps them one portion at a time, not stocking up to waste, locking in the low price, one meal at a time. Number 13. Learn the markdown rack and the markdown hour. Every store has both the reduced for quick sale rack and the time of day when the markdowns happen. Bread, meat, and produce near their sell-by date get cut to a fraction, and they're perfectly good to eat or freeze that day. You ask a clerk when your store marks things down, then shop that window. Ada learned hers does meat in the morning, and she goes straight to that chilled rack with its orange stickers first. Not day-old junk, full-quality food the store just needs to move. Number 12. Buy generic on the things that are identical. The store brand and the name brand often come off the same line. Flour, sugar, salt, canned beans, frozen vegetables, basic medicine. The contents are the same and the price is often half. You pay for the label or you don't. Ada lined up the 2 cans of beans side by side, read both labels, and switched every staple to store brand that day. She cut a quarter off her bill and couldn't taste the difference. Not lower quality. The same thing without the advertising baked into the price. Number 11. Build meals around beans, eggs, and rice. The cheapest proteins in the store are also among the healthiest. A pound of dried beans costs almost nothing and makes a week of meals. Eggs, rice, oats, lentils, canned fish. These are the foundation a tight food budget stands on. You don't cut meat out. You move it from the center of the plate to the side. Ada keeps a row of glass jars of dried beans on the counter and cooks a bean supper several nights a week. Not going without protein. Buying the protein that doesn't overcharge you. Number 10. Cook from scratch. Skip the convenience versions. The pre-cut, pre-made, single-serving foods carry the steepest markup in the store. That microwave meal costs 3 times what the same ingredients do. You make the simple version, a pot of oatmeal instead of the flavored packets, real potatoes instead of the boxed flakes. Ada's big pot of soup costs $1 or $2 and steams up the kitchen window while it feeds her all week. Not more work than it's worth. The same food, minus the company's cut. Number 9. Use the whole thing. Nothing edible goes in the trash. The chicken carcass becomes broth. The vegetable ends become soup. The stale bread becomes toast or crumbs. You keep a bag in the freezer for scraps and turn it into a pot of stock when it's full. For a solo shopper, waste is the quiet budget killer. Ada keeps a rattling bag of onion skins and carrot tops in the freezer door and makes a pot of gold broth from it every couple of weeks. Not scraps. The next meal, hiding in plain sight. Now, stop and add it up, because this is where the word half stops being a promise and becomes arithmetic. SNAP alone can be over $100 a month. The senior food box covers a stack of staples. The farmer's market coupons handle the produce. The senior discount day takes 10% off what's left. The generic switch takes another quarter off that. And cutting the waste, the spoiled bulk, the tossed leftovers, plugs the leak underneath all of it. No single trick cuts a bill in half. Stacked together, week after week, they absolutely do. The seniors who pay the most are using none of these. The ones who pay the least are using all of them at once. Ada is now the second kind. Number 8. Stop buying bottled water. This is the thing almost everyone living alone buys and no one needs. The tap water is already paid for. A case of bottled water runs $4 or $5 for what the faucet gives free. You buy one pitcher with a filter, fill it at the sink, keep it cold. Ada set one glass pitcher in the icebox and carried the last case of plastic bottles down to recycling. She saved over $200 a year that afternoon. Not going without? Refusing to buy what already runs from the tap. Number 7. Drink your coffee at home. A cup out costs $2 or $3 now. A cup at home costs pennies. You brew a pot in the morning, and if you go out, you carry it in a thermos. Over a month, the daily cup out is $30 or $40 gone. Ada fills her old steel thermos each morning and it rides along in her bag. She hasn't bought a cup out in months. Not a hardship. The same coffee without the markup for the paper cup. Number 6. Split bulk buys with a neighbor. Bulk is cheaper, but for one person it spoils. The fix is to share it. You team up with a neighbor and split the giant bag of rice, the flat of eggs, the warehouse pack of paper goods. Both get the bulk price. Neither wastes it. Ada and the woman next door split their big buys on the kitchen table every month and each pocket a quarter of the cost. Not too much food, for one. The right amount, at the bulk price, shared over a cup of coffee. Number 5. Keep a price book so no sale fools you. You write down what you normally pay for the 10 things you buy most: milk, eggs, bread, coffee, your regulars. Once you know the real price, a fake sale is obvious at a glance. A special is only a deal if you know the number underneath it. Ada keeps a small spiral notebook in her purse and holds it up against the shelf tags. She's caught a dozen sales that weren't. Not guessing, knowing, so no display can trick you. Number 4. Shop your own pantry first. Before you write a single item on the list, you look at what you already own. Most people buy duplicates of things sitting in the back of the cabinet. You shop the pantry and freezer first and buy only what's truly missing. The first time Ada pulled everything to the front of the shelf, she found weeks of forgotten food. 3 cans of the same soup, a bag of rice behind the flour. Not starting the list at the store, starting it at home with what's already paid for. Number 3. Trim the cable and phone to free up food money. This isn't groceries, but it's the same fixed income, and it frees up dollars for food. You call the cable, phone, and insurance companies, mention canceling, and ask for the senior rate and any discount. They keep a lower price they never offer unless you ask. Ada sat with her bills fanned out and made the calls one Tuesday. The cable dropped $25 a month in 10 minutes. She moved every one of those dollars straight to the food envelope. Not a grocery trick exactly, but every dollar freed is a dollar for the table. Number 2. Take the free hot meal at the senior center. Most towns have a senior center, and most serve a hot lunch for $1 or $2, sometimes free. That's a full meal you didn't cook and didn't buy, plus company at the table. Many also run food programs and can help you sign up for the rest of this list. Ada eats there several days a week now, at a long table that smells of coffee and gravy, and she found a circle of friends she didn't have in the spring. Not a soup kitchen, a warm meal, good company, and money saved in one room. Number 1. Claim every program you qualify for this week. Here is the change that cut Ada's bill the most, and it's the plainest one of all. Every benefit on this list, SNAP, the senior food box, the farmer's market coupons, the senior center, is money already set aside for people exactly like her, sitting unclaimed because no one filled out the form. The single biggest reason seniors overpay for food isn't bad shopping. It's unclaimed help. Ada spent one afternoon at her local area agency on aging, applied for everything at once, and watched her grocery bill fall by nearly half the next month. The food on her table never changed. The paperwork did. The trick was never eating less. The trick was claiming what was already hers. None of this required eating worse, eating less, or giving up a single thing Ada liked. It required attention, the willingness to look plainly at where the money was going, and to ask for what was already set aside. The whole system is built to make feeding one person expensive and to make the help hard to find. But the help is real. The waste is fixable, and both can change in a single week. Ada Reyes is 73 and lives alone, and she eats exactly the way she always did. 3 meals a day, the food she likes, nothing skipped. She simply stopped overpaying for it. She was never too proud to ask, and never too old to learn a better way. The food was never the problem. The paperwork and the habits were, and both of them answer to you.